Yes, it's Frank Pleasant. Thanks for being here. We're going to have a conversation about how he's getting back after it. Our year 2020. It's not about 2 homes a month. He's hoping to ramp up his business. Hank, say hi.
Hey, thanks, Frank, for having me on today. I really appreciate it and look forward to the conversation. As you mentioned, 2020 really was a year of personal growth for me. The business revenue was down and transactions were down. Yet I try and keep in mind, even at that, it exceeded 95% of what most agents do. Total sales volume was in excess of $10 million. And it was a tough year for our family. So I really focused a lot on personal growth during 2020 and feel it was in that regard an exceptionally good year. And in addition, I came into 2021 super fired up, ready to go. And Vyral has been a great partner since last August, and we've just been rocking and rolling into 2021.
I was thinking I'm fortunate to work from home from all day, but I was going out on appointments for listing to buyers, and my kids were stuck at home. I don't know how I'd be able to do anything. Finding the help through the school shut down here. So, you say 2020 was for a lot of people personally, even though the state market seemed to borrow than you wanted this year for the sales last year. You were telling me about you're seeing houses in the market rather than way over listing price. Is that correct?
Yeah, definitely. The Triangle area is one of the
Lost
most.
Your audio came off.
Did you lose the audio?
Yeah, let's put the other ear on it.
Yeah. Okay. Is that a little better?
Yeah, it's better.
Okay, cool. The Triangle area is a super hot marketplace. We have a lot of people relocating from the Northeast, and as you and I were chatting about, we're getting a lot of people from the California area, specifically Silicon Valley area. They have a lot of flexibility in where they can live. And then, of course, our own internal growth market with move-up buyers, first-time buyers, et cetera. It's really creating almost the perfect storm for the sellers right now. Like most every market throughout the US, our inventory is really low. Demand is really high. For those sellers who are preparing their homes well, pricing them strategically, and using agents who can really promote the product, they're just killing it right now. It is, as I said, the perfect storm for sellers.
So take me back to when you decided to sign up for Vyral. We're looking at different options to stay in touch with the database. Tell me what was going through your mind when you wanted to grow your business and you were weighing all the different options and where to spend money. Tell me about that time and how you came to the decision to give your money to us.
So I was having a little bit of a hard time hearing you. But the 2020 market, is that really what you're asking about,
Yeah,
or the
I want to
Vyral,
know
how I associated?
Yeah, how did you come to the decision to give your limited marketing dollars to us?
Yeah, great question.
Yeah.
Great question. What Vyral offers a couple of things that really resonated with me. Number one, it's very focused on the database or the people I know, the people I've worked with. And that's really, that's the key to a real estate business and serving and helping people. It's the ability to connect with those people that are within your sphere and that you've worked with in the past. So Vyral is really focused on that. So that was a huge thing for me. Secondly, as we've known for a long time, and it's really evolving to a very high level now, is video is a key communication tool. And so if you're not communicating via video, you're really missing out on the most effective way to communicate with your database. And Vyral just offered a super opportunity to merge the need of the most effective communication medium with the people that I wanted to connect with. So it was almost a no-brainer. I mean, I linked up with you guys, I believe in August of 2020. And I mean, I came into this one saying this is a slam dunk as long as I do my part of the job, which is you've stressed you got to make the phone calls. You know, people can see me on video, they can hear me, but if I don't reach out and touch them, it's very hard to help them.
No, Hank, I probably sound a lot better now than
Yes, sir.
I was on the wrong microphone. I should probably know that. I'm on a microphone that was way over here, and now I'm on the correct one.
So you know, Frank, I gotta say, you're the expert on this.
I should
and
know
I'm
these
sitting there
things.
going, wow, I can't hear him. But,
Yeah.
anyway, no worries, man.
You know,
I
it goes
do-
to show you that, like, you know how we schedule time to interview you on a webcam? I mean,
Yeah.
it's nice to have someone there checking your audio, checking your video, checking your lighting to make sure that you're good, because even guys like me can mess it up. So
And,
hopefully I sound better now.
you do. Thank you so much.
So, all right. So you why did you know you had to work your database? I mean, there's so many other ways you can spend your money on to get business, and you have to get business at 2 deals a month. Like, a deal makes or breaks your month,
Oh,
right?
absolutely. And really, it's historically it's higher than that. It's more in the mid 30s annually, and we'll talk more hopefully later about where it's going. But yeah, 3 deals a month is, let's say 3 deals a month, which is more like my average. If you only get two, you've dropped by 33%, right? And that's a huge hit.
So
So
why database? I mean, all the other ways to spend your money. Go deeper on that for me.
yeah, database is really, well, first of all, let's drop back and say, I think you introduced me by Keller Williams Preferred,
Mhm.
which, so I'm a KW guy. And, you know, I've read MREA twice from front to back and refer to it almost on a daily basis. And it's clear from the smartest people in the industry, if you want to succeed, you need to have a strong database, you need to feed the database, and you need to communicate with the database. So that's just, you know, that's the backbone of a successful real estate company. And I would kind of say on the last comment would be, the database is by far the most valuable asset that any real estate company has.
What how do you build? Let me go through some questions for you. I want to know how you build your database. I want to know what you do to stay in touch with it. I want to know how you work with it. Let's start with building it. What are you doing to add people to your list of people you're going to go deeper on staying in touch with? How do
Yeah,
you bring new people into it?
that's a great question, and certainly, you know, social media is still a wonderful channel to engage with additional clients or potential clients. You know, Facebook, love them or hate them. What is it? 1 billion people a day are looking at it, or 2 billion. I mean, some insanely high number. So having an effective social media campaign is very, very important. That's probably the number one way that we have built the database. Obviously, referrals from past clients, from friends, from neighbors is huge. And as soon as we receive that contact information, we reach out and certainly want to communicate the message that's important to my business is, yeah, sure, we love selling homes. We love helping people buy and sell homes, but it's a service business, right? And at the heart of it, it's, you know, what is the value that we can bring? So it's communicating that message. It's using the Vyral platform to get that message across via social media, via directly to the database, adding to the database on a regular basis, as I said, through referrals, wherever they may come from. And just continually working it, I guess, is the easiest way to put it.
How many people do you talk to today?
So I definitely, I'm probably in the mid range for that. I absolutely target 25 per day. And I probably average around 20. And so that fits with kind of my schedule, my personality, and where
It's
I
pretty good,
want.
man.
I'm sorry.
It's pretty good. I mean, 25 people a day, 20 people a day you speak to.
Yeah, 20. I speak on average about 20 a day.
Who are you calling?
I call clients. I call the leads that are being generated through my website and through, I get great information, great feedback from Vyral as kind of directing me towards, hey, these are the people who may need.
Oh, you're open a click report. Yeah.
Yeah, oh, absolutely, man. I look forward to that.
Good job.
Every single week.
Yeah, let me fill everyone in. So when we send a video out to Hank's list, I can tell who watches it. And we say, hey, call these people. This is probably better than making cold calls. And you call them, right?
It's not even the same. I'm not a very good cold caller. So, if I see someone has watched the video and they've clicked on, checking their home value or home search, that means they're in search of information. And there are tons of tools, right? I mean, there's Zillow, there's Redfin, they can go anywhere to find information on homes. They don't have to come to my website. They're coming to my sites because it's hyper local information. And now I know somebody who needs that information. And there's probably a lot more detail that they want that I can provide to them and provide a valuable service to them. So yeah, that report, man, I'm all over that every single week.
Did you have a background in sales? I mean, well, how long have you been selling real estate?
So I've been in real estate for 8 years.
8 years. Did you have a background in sales before that?
I did.
In territory sales.
Yeah. I was in the technology industry for a pretty long time. And for say the last 20 years of that career, it was leading global sales teams. So yeah, I've got
you waking up every day and getting on the phone and talking to people is nothing new. You're just looking for the best contacts to talk to.
Absolutely. On an airplane, I was a multi-million-mile flyer on multiple airlines. So, I scooting around the world, having a great life, having a great time. But yeah, I'm used to talking to people. That's and helping people. Somebody asked me just the other day, how were you successful, in your semiconductor, in your high tech world? And it was really a pretty easy answer. I was competing against really smart guys and ladies. And frankly, I felt like most of them were more intelligent or smarter than me, but they weren't willing to work as hard as I was. And, I was also able to build trust with most of my clients. So that's what propelled me really to the top of the semiconductor sales business. To kind of wrap and move forward on that, after I'll say it, after 30 years, it's like, man, I've done enough of this. I've been through enough reorganizations. I've had enough managers.
Time to do your own thing 8 years ago.
I want to chase my own entrepreneurial thing, and I've always had an interest in real estate, so it was pretty natural move.
Good job, man.
Yeah. Thanks.
So you made a decision to ramp up some stuff kind of mid last year. All right. Vyral was one of those things.
Yes.
You needed a solution to stay in touch with your list, and you thought Vyral was the best solution. I mean, there's a lot of solutions out there to use video. There's lots of solutions out there to stay in touch with the list. Why did you give a little more money to us? Probably.
Excuse me for that. There again, that wasn't a simple decision up front. It's simple looking back. The first thing I did was I talked to, of course, one of your salespeople, and one of I believe it's John.
Yeah, he's my business partner.
And one of my very first questions was, so how many KW agents are with Vyral? And yeah, well, that's what he said. He kind of chuckled. He said,
well, you guys come pre-sold, meaning what a 33 or 36 touch is.
That's right.
So I'm already preaching to the converted, where
right.
Someone that is not converted, I have to convince them that maybe you should even have a touch plan where they've been taught by their sales trainers that if the lead's not ready to do something in 3 days, throw it out.
Right.
Yeah,
definitely. And my kind of metric on that was, you guys are working with a lot of the most successful agents and most successful teams. And certainly my goal was really to transition to a team beginning 2021. And I wanted to know, do people already trust Vyral to help build their business? And
Yeah.
that was a clear yes. What I've experienced since is the relationship, the support is just fantastic. You know, I'll throw out kudos. I work with Lauren,
Yeah, this is
and
great.
it's a 10 a.m. meeting every Thursday. I only have 2 or 3 calls a week that I just don't violate. It's like, I've got that call, I'm going to be on that call, and I'm going to focus.
Hank, that is why you're successful.
Well, thank
I
you.
mean, if there's something, man, I could tell our clients, if you're watching this, just speak to us. I mean, no, I'm at a pretty high level in business with the 50 some people that work here. And there's only a few appointments that I make.
Mhm.
And the most important ones are my marketing team that drives the leads, because
Exactly.
I'm in charge of the messaging. I'm the best person to know the message, not my marketing team. They haven't been belly to belly with customers. They haven't been belly to belly at the events and knowing the pains and concerns of people in the market. That's my job. And I have to come up with a message creation with maybe their
Right.
help to guide me so then they can process it and get it out.
Sure.
I make that marketing appointment. It's one of the most important meetings I have every week.
It's
And you've
super.
seen that, Hank. Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely do that. Again, that's and it's two or three things. Number one, it's a fun call. More importantly, there is always valuable information. You know, it's not fluff. It's like, here's what's working. Here are the things we're seeing around the country, and you know, digging deep, giving me ideas, giving me things to work on, reviewing the numbers. Here's how your last video performed. Here's some ways you might get better performance. And then just staying on top of me. You know, part of Lauren's team is Rachel. She'll give me a call. If I haven't updated the database recently, she'll call. Hey, we haven't seen a new database update from you in the last month. Where is it? And so, you know, that one, I might say, oh yeah, Rachel, you're right. I'll get that for you. And another 4 or 5 days goes by. She's back on the phone. Hey, did you forget about the database?
I love hearing that.
So yeah,
Yep.
I mean, that's looking back. And I tell people, I tell people I have 2 marketing partners. So I have a company that, you know, provides CRM and website, etc. They are one marketing partner. Vyral is the other. Now we have other tools. You know, I use Boomtown. BombBomb
Yep.
regularly. You know, that's a video tool.
That's a really good tool for one-to-one communication with new leads coming in, where they have no idea who you are and you want to send something personalized to them. That's great. For those of you that are watching this that maybe don't want to make the economic stretch for something else, go check out a service called Loom, Loom.
Yeah, definitely. So good point. Loom has a lot of value. We're not using it, at least yet. But my point being, I tell people I have 2 great marketing teams behind me. One is my website CRM, and the other is Vyral.
Thanks, man.
You guys are with us for the long haul. We're with you for the long haul. We're going to get together a year from now, all right? And I want you to ask me, okay, how many transactions? How big is your team?
So we do a good job for you. There's good service, it sounds like, and you're very happy and you're on this interview with me. How do you know it's working? How do you know that the money you're giving us is coming back to you in terms of business, or maybe just making business easier? That's worth it to you from that side of standpoint.
Yeah, so again, a great question. And I'll answer it in an interesting way, I guess. My business coach asked me that, I think 2 or 3 weeks ago. How do I measure ROI? And I kind of stumbled all over the question. He's like, you know, you should go look at it a little deeper and let's talk about it again. So I'm developing in the measurement of return on investment. The simple way I can do it is just look and say, okay, how many active clients do I have either preparing to buy or sell a home? And how many transactions have I completed where it came from that list that Vyral gave me and the phone calls I made. And it's growing. You know, I'm not going to say it's a really high number so far, but I think 3 transactions I would directly attribute to Vyral in since last August. So that's pretty good, you know. I need to do a better job of putting dollars and cents into it, but we're getting there.
You know what would really help you is maybe getting half of your fee paid for by reaching out to maybe a financial advisor, because
Good point.
people sell their home, they have some equity what to invest with, or maybe a general contractor, because a lot of people can't find a home to buy, so they're going to renovate their current one by pulling out equity and doing a renovation.
Great points. Yeah.
Ask them to pitch in what, $275 a month, and you'll give them a shout out in your videos, and you'll give them a place on your blog, and you'll include something in their emails, and you'll help refer them. And since they're not on the settlement statement, you don't have to worry about any of the rest of the stuff. Just disclosing that you have an advertiser.
Yeah. I made a mental note of that, and I'll definitely.
Yeah, think about like one business, like, because you're not the only person that wants to get in front of all these buyers and sellers.
Right.
You know,
Yeah,
I mean, you have a platform of a magazine essentially online, and a publication platform that you can sell maybe a little advertising, one advertiser for $275 a month to offset the $550, and that would indirectly double your ROI because it cut your cost in half.
Yeah,
So,
no doubt. I love that. And I know you've mentioned that before, but just, you know, hearing you say it kind of drives it home.
Yeah.
And so we'll follow up on that here in a month or two and see where I am, because that's a great idea.
There's one agent in my hometown of Omaha that's starting with us, and to zero cost the expense of doing it, as well as hopefully just getting some more access. She brought on a lender that specializes in bridge loans. So essentially, the challenge is if you want to sell your home and move to a new one, you know, your offer may not get accepted. It might be contingent.
Sure.
You know, timing to closings in a low inventory market, kind of a pain in the butt.
Yeah.
So there's companies out there like Knock and Homeward that allow you to buy your home before you sell.
Correct.
You can make an all cash offer with their money, and then they'll do a sale lease back to you and pick the date you want to move, right?
Sure.
And more lenders are coming out with products like that, but they're so new and they're so novel that the consumer is like, is this even for real? Right?
You know? Absolutely. Yeah.
So she found a lender that wanted to help get that word out. So she's giving him a shout out at the start of all of her videos. She's doing seller workshops with him. She's including the information, all of her emails on her Facebook, and it's helped paying for her of our marketing.
That's awesome. Yeah, I can see that going even deeper. You know, you're generating a tighter relationship with a critical or very important partner. And so that just generates a lot of side opportunities as well. So a lot of goodness in that.
Yeah, so it's working well for you. Thanks for being a client at Vyral. What questions do you have for me, man? What would you like to know? What could you better? What would you like to know as far as, well, let me ask this question. What's the number one problem or frustration that you're dealing with in your business right now? Not even so much marketing, but what do you need help with? What insight or guidance could I give you to end this call on?
I'd kind of like to know, you know, what's next? Where is Vyral going next? Or are we at, you know, is this the end point, or do you have some other things coming going forward?
You know, that's a great question. That's a great CEO question, isn't it? So I'll tell you this, the space for products and services is just getting so niched. So you're not going to find the company that's the jack of trades and master of none.
Right.
You're going to find companies, especially professional firms like ours, that specialize. And I think probably from a competitive standpoint, we've niched ourselves out into database with video to your Mets in real estate.
Right.
Got it?
Right. Yep.
So how far could you take that if that's going to be the box in the sandbox you're going to play in? Well, it's building a really nice video blog to complement your current website that probably has the IDX on there and all those things that I don't want to get into.
Right.
So a nice video blog. It's making sure that you guys have good lighting and equipment to do a simple video on your computer that's easy, and we interview you with great topics. We got that. It's good editing. Can't really push that much better. Good writing. Can't push that much better. Get it out to your list, but with a scrub clean list, can't push that better. Take your list, put it on Facebook, and boost your video. Well, that's about as good as you're going to get there. And then maybe throw in a little direct mail to your top contacts, your top 150 or 200, when you're ready for an expense like that, to really make sure you go a little bit deeper with more media on your best people, right?
Right.
We looked into getting into the calling your database for you. It was too labor intensive. And I'm glad we actually didn't do it, because we were going to rent this whole call center physically, but now everything's from home. So I'm glad we didn't do that. Not really our cup of tea. It's like a separate business running a lead follow-up center that is like the marketing firm, right?
Right.
So here's what I'm getting at. There are actually, you know, we talk about sending out some emails from time to time to spike your list. I'll tell you the thing that we're working on strategically this year at Vyral is doing a really good job at remarketing with Facebook advertising. So not so much like, hey, let's run Facebook ads all over the city, which you can do if you have the budget, but most people don't.
Right.
But you do have all the visitors to your website. You have all the people in your database. What are we doing to really make sure they get a good experience on their newsfeed from you? Which is essentially taking all your warm audiences, maybe budgeting or $10 a day into advertising to them. These are the people who interact with your Facebook page. They're in your database. They visit your website. They watch your videos. And making sure they see two types of advertising. First, they see your videos. They actually know who you are and they like you and trust you, which is something helpful and generally entertaining and informational that you want to probably see on Facebook.
Right.
But also merge with some type of direct offer. Meaning, well, it's nice you know me. You want to give me money and hire me? So some type of advertising that says, you know, get an offer on your home. If you're thinking about selling and you'd like an offer on your home, go here and give me your information. And I'll get all offers for you, not just maybe what your home would sell for traditionally on the market, but there's all these iBuyers, instant buyers. I'll shop them all, right? And I'll kind of help you understand, explore all of your options. So those types of call to actions with the lead capture forms, improving our lead capture forms for those, and doing a better job at remarketing on Facebook is really where a lot of our focus is on this year that we're going to improve for you guys.
Okay.
Everything else, I'm really happy with, you know. I'd say though, here's our biggest challenge as the CEO of Vyral is getting you on the phone to talk about your marketing. And Hank, you're doing a darn good job at that. If I could solve that problem, that's probably the number one thing I could do.
Well, that's awesome. You know, for the folks that just joined in or joined in a little earlier, Frank and I were just chatting before we started, and you know, it's a great honor for me to be able to spend some time with you. When I guess Ellie or Elizabeth called and said, "Hey, would you be interested in doing an interview with Frank?" It's like, of course I would. You know, if I spend 5 minutes.
I put the word out. And I was like, "Who's doing a good job?
Yeah.
Who's following the plan?" And your name came up, and we're here today.
I love it. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Again, I can't say enough good things about Vyral. You're a strong partner. We love it, and you know, we're looking for an awesome 2021, and just keep going from there, man. We love you guys.
Got it. Hank, thank you so much.
Thanks, buddy. Take care. Bye-bye.